Whether you're an absolute beginner on guitar who's just trying to learn a few chords so you can play your favorite songs, or you're an intermediate or advanced player who's struggling to break through and play the piece of your dreams, I've got resources to help. Hi, I'm Jonathan Richter, founder of Richter Guitar. I'm a classical guitarist and instructor in Atlanta. And I know what it's like. Every stage of your journey in playing guitar has different kinds of challenges. In the very beginning, it's hard enough just to even find all the strings, learn the notes on the fretboard, and just get the fingers to be able to move fluidly together. You have to get the left hand and the right hand fingers moving as sort of one unit. And that's a really, really big challenge. Once you get through all that, new challenges can emerge. How do I read guitar sheet music? How do chords work? Why does that melody sound so beautiful and have such a sweet resolution? Why does it make me feel that way? Not only that, but ultimately, how do we play with a lot of musicality? How do we play in such a way that you are conveying your feelings and your emotions, and that's coming through in your performance to the point where others feel it as well? Today, I just want to tell you a little bit about who I am, my background, and my approach to teaching guitar. I first started playing guitar when I was 13. My dad taught me a few chords and I absolutely loved it. I played a lot of folk guitar and rock guitar, but I knew that there was a lot missing. I grew up listening to the recordings of my uncle David Richter playing guitar pieces by Bach and Tárrega and other just world-renowned composers, and I could not believe that one person could play guitar and make all this beautiful music. So that was my first exposure to that repertoire. So even though I was still a teenager, I knew, wow, I'm playing some cool stuff, but there's such a big world of guitar out there that I'm yet to discover. And I was playing like in a pretty crude way. I mean, I tried to learn a couple classical pieces, but I was never using anything other than my thumb and my middle finger, and it was really hard for me to break that habit. So I know what it's like to go from like, how do I go from strumming to actually getting these fingers to move? How do I play complex shapes? And also, how can I learn pieces faster? You know, I want to be able to soak it all in and get to the fun part of actually refining the pieces that I'm playing more fluidly, and just really being able to work on the musicality aspect of it. Fortunately, I had an amazing instructor, Cami Rowan, at Guilford College. I was really reluctant to become a music major, but with her encouragement and our one-on-one sessions, I fell even more in love with guitar and also just the practice of learning new pieces and new music. After Guilford, I went to University of Hawaii at Manoa, where I got my master's in music. I specialized in ethnomusicology, which is also known as the anthropology of music. I also received the Fulbright Scholarship, which gave me the opportunity to live out in rural China and research music of ethnic minority groups out there. It was a wonderful experience and opened my mind to the possibilities of what music could be like for people all around the world. And that's still the sentiment that I bring to my lessons and my daily playing. So after I graduated and finished my time in China, I came back to the US and I started teaching guitar lessons one-on-one in Atlanta. I help students young and old. Mostly I work with adult students who are looking to go from that sort of beginner stage or that late beginner stage and trying to get to intermediate stage. They've always wanted to play classical guitar, just don't know where to get started, don't know how to break through that. That said, I've also worked with some really amazing teenagers and helped them get into the music programs of their dreams. So I'm really open-minded about who I work with, and I believe everyone has something unique to bring to the table. As long as you are willing to put in the time and effort and energy it takes to learn this instrument, and you have the patience and perseverance to stick with it, nothing can stop you. And I'll be here with you every step of the way. So check out my website, richterguitar.com. I have a ton of free resources and articles. If you're just exploring classical guitar or even flamenco guitar, if you like Brazilian music, I have a little bit of everything on there. And I believe that you should actually really expand your worldview when it comes to this instrument. And every type of piece that you play, you can learn something new from it. New techniques, new ways of moving up and down the neck. And to me, this is what it's all about. Not feeling restricted about the type of music I can or can't play on guitar. If there's a piece that I absolutely love by a composer I've never heard of, I'm going to learn a little bit about that composer. I'm going to try to really pay attention to what's in the music and why does it sound the way it does. What is the story that the music is trying to tell? And how can I tell that story effectively through my guitar playing? So don't forget to check out my website, richterguitar.com, and also consider joining the online community. I'm confident that through my courses, videos, articles, or even one-on-one teaching, I can help you reach your guitar goals fast. And we're gonna have a lot of fun doing it. So if you're ready to play music like you really, really mean it, check out richterguitar.com, and I'll see you next time.